Good evening, guys. Zinthis here, and you're watching Fingerbones. Okay, in case you didn't already see there, this is made on the Unity engine, so it should make for a pretty good game. Okay. What I've read about this is that the story, this is more of a psychological horror. The story is actually the horrible thing in this game. Now, don't know what this is yet. That's just the synopsis from Game Jolt. Again, you can get it there. It's only a small game from the looks of things. The download file was only 31 megabytes. So, yeah, let's just see how this is anyway. So, right, Fingerbones is intended to be completed in a single sitting. There is no save function. It is suggested that you set aside an hour or two to complete it. To exit, visit the door that you started at. Right, okay, look at that. Wow, that is a really nice light coming through there, isn't it? Floor texture isn't high res, but it's obviously done in such a way which, yeah, easily excused. Just notes, right, yeah it is, okay. It is my weekend to get Katie, but I'm really not in the mood. I distracted her with TV and came here to read. I couldn't interest myself in reading, so I tried to write. I couldn't write anything more than the usual handful of disconnected thoughts and theories. Medication didn't help, and divorce certainly didn't help. Because I'm not depressed, I am enlightened. This is the result of 2 decades of scientific education and philosophical pondering. This is the price of knowledge. Okay, weird. When I was 15 years old, I lost my virginity. I shook uncontrollably the entire time. I felt the same primal excitement yesterday night in the cellar. I hope this wasn't a guy we're talking about here. The same guy who's brought his daughter here. It appears to be a page from a manuscript. Pop morality is too reliant on emotions, and not reliant enough on rational thought. If morality must be determined, and I maintain that it is a farce, it should not be determined by feeling. Feelings are nebulous, subjective and changeable. Rather, it should be determined by thinking. The actions of a natural creature are natural, and thus moral, unless a concrete scientific reason can be given to prove them as immoral. Ah, that certainly shed some light on things, forgive the pun. Right, okay. What's this? Weird. Right, okay. I don't know why I'd use my stepdaughter's name as a door lock code in my survival bunker, but whatever keeps her happy, I suppose. She's like her mother. A delicate, fragile version of her mother. Damn her. Right, okay. This guy is starting to lose touch with things. What is this? Hello? Nope. Something glowing over there. Except Katie, didn't he? Alright. Katie. Okay. Right, let's see if that opened the door, shall we? Some voices outside. Right, okay. It's finally happened. The whole world is a chaos of thunder and screams, and when the ashes settle, we will all be wild animals again. I am ecstatic beyond words. I haven't been able to reach Lynn for 7 days, and she's probably dead for all we know or care. But Katie was here when it started, and I have no idea what to do with her. Most of the town is dead. Katie and I only survived because we ran into the bunker. Perhaps this is what I've needed. Freedom from all the irrational rules and insane social values, just pure, beautiful survival. You're a bit too Darwinian here, dude. I boxed up everything that isn't practical and useful. I burned all the books that weren't of scientific edification. I'd like to store the boxes in the cellar, but I can't get them down the ladder myself. I just piled them up near the hatch. The blood would probably ruin them anyway. The tool room has been her name for years now. I can't bring myself to change it. Who, Lynn? Alright, okay. Back to the keyboard. This music is so melancholy as well. Alright, okay, Lynn. I hope that works. It'd be nice to see green lights, actually. Let's see if it worked. It seemed to work for this door. There's not much colour in this game as well. It's I've said this before in one or two other games. It's a nice visual metaphor, as in, you know, everything's dull and dreary. It's like all the light and colour and life, therefore, is being sucked out of the world. It's effective. Let's have a look at this. I changed the storage room code to something I can easily remember. NNY. The rest of the word is missing. Lynn? What the hell? Right. Okay, anything else? Yes. There are things I've wanted to do for years, desires I've kept locked up in the back of my consciousness. It's been nearly a year since I've seen a woman, and now I realise there's no practical reason to keep those desires locked up anymore. Yeah, the guy's starting to succumb. She remembered Father's Day and drew me a picture. I don't understand her. She's just like her mother. She wants to waste time drawing pictures, and we're barely able to find enough food to survive. I turned her crayons into candles. We need more candles in case the generator goes out again, and it helps break up the monotony. I yearn for the excitement of those first weeks. Right, let's try Lynn on the door. We didn't try that door, did we? No. Right, gotta go back up again. Can't be helped though. Hopefully that's worked. Let's see. Right, okay. Yes. I'm a bag of DNA, and I exist only to make more of myself. I married and produced a daughter because my genes demand reproduction. I wrote books and created because creativity served as a survival advantage to my ancient ape ancestors. I built this place, took refuge in it, and spent hours thinking up silly artificial laws to live by, because my forefathers built cities and societies to now allow time and peace to reproduce and to protect their genes. Dreams, loves, opinions, desires, beauty, innocence, figments of our collective primordial imagination. fleeting electrical signals that fire across the synapses for a pointless moment of time. They used to serve a purpose, and now they are needless confusion. And here I am, the last man on earth for all I know, ready to be freed from them. Well, dude likes his freedom, doesn't he? What did that do? Freedom! Yeah, this guy's on about... It seems like he's really trying to rationalize his plan. It really sounds like he's actually wanting to give in to his gene. Ah, hello. Right. Those, my friends, they are phalanges. Okay. For anybody with a bit of anatomical knowledge, this is basically your finger bones. They've been cut off, ripped off, whatever. Who knows? I don't know. The cellar is freedom. Freedom. This is a bit dark. Ah, it did work. Alright. There's only... Shit. Whoa, light. Light, don't go out on me. There's only enough food for one. So she's going to die anyway. I'm free now. Freedom. It took the end of all humanity for me to find freedom. A bloody table. Oh god, he hasn't ate her, has he? It seems to have been torn from a diary. She finally died last night. I don't know whether from starvation, dehydration or blood loss. I threw her body into the woods, her fingers, my anti-religious artifacts, my testaments to moral and intellectual freedom, are locked in the safe upstairs. I am content in the knowledge that I haven't done anything wrong. The father didn't know why it came back after all these years. Starving and tired, he just wanted to see the cellar one last time. With one last flicker, the flashlight died, and he was left in the pitch dark. He sat down on the cold floor and closed his eyes. He could still hear her, even now. It was peaceful here in the cellar. It was free here in the cellar. That, guys, was a game called Fingerbones, and from the looks of things, some sort of disaster has happened. The father and his stepdaughter, Katie, having recently been divorced from his wife, they've made their way following some sort of event into this bunker. Possibly a nuclear bunker, we don't know. Time's passed, they've been there a very long time. They've run out of food. The father, clearly being a bit of a science man, he began to rationalize his thoughts and desires, possibly with, lack of socialization, malnutrition. He's probably started to go a bit crazy in the head. So, from the looks of things, if I'm right, he's had sex with his little 15-year-old, well, no, he's 15-year-old. He was 15 when he did it, but he had it the other night in the cellar. From what the note tells us, he had sex in the basement the other night. I think he killed his daughter. I think he had sex with her. I'm not sure whether that was before or after he killed her. And I think, judging from the bloody workbench there, that he actually ate her. He's then left the bunker. There's been nothing in the world. And he's came back with a father. And again, that ending note there, it actually tells us that we pretty much just give up and die. A very edgy game in terms of the story. Again, it's the real things that can happen in real life. Not necessarily a nuclear war, end of the world scenario, but when people are in extreme situations like that. I'm gonna stop waffling on. Let me know what you think of the video. Yeah, that game's a bit that's heavy stuff, as a hippie would say. Okay, I'm gonna cut it there. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. If you don't like my videos, hopefully you like the games. Okay, guys, like if you like, subscribe if you like. Even if you don't, I'll have seen a view on the video. It means a lot to me. Thanks again. Have a nice one. Bye bye.